Hey there, time for a quick walkthrough of Apple's iPhone 12 Pro Max. Their new 6.7-inch iPhone, largest iPhone they've ever made, largest iPhone screen they've ever made, and the iPhone 12 mini. 5.4 inches, super small. Look at the size difference. This is actually a smaller device than your iPhone 8, but it has a larger screen because of the diagonal, because you no longer have the big black bars top and bottom, so you've got the true depth module. Prices start at $699 for the iPhone 12, which has 64 gigabytes of storage, and $1,099 for the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which starts with 128 gigabytes of storage. So the first thing you should know about the iPhone 12 mini is it's essentially an iPhone 12. It's got the exact same specs except for its diminutive size, and obviously it's going to have a smaller battery. Like every other phone on the iPhone 12 line, both the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the iPhone 12 mini are running the A14 Bionic CPU. They both have the new ceramic shield screen cover. They're both the squared off design you can see here. They are obviously both 5G phones. Some of the biggest differences obviously come in here on the camera side. So on the iPhone 12 mini, we have two cameras, a wide and an ultra wide. The ultra wide goes to 120 degrees. So, you know, it's decent. It's not more than what we had before. The wide camera has a 1.6 aperture. On the front, we have the true depth module, which has a 12 megapixel camera. Obviously, all of this can shoot 4K video, which is across the line. It supports Dolby Vision. It supports Deep Fusion, which is machine learning. It's going to help with the quality of your photos, especially in low light conditions. Now let's talk about the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Obviously, it's big, really big. 6.7-inch display, Super Retina XDR display. That's actually the same display across all of the iPhone 12s. But on the back, you have three cameras. You have the wide, the ultra wide, and the telephoto lens. Now the telephoto has a 2.5x telephoto zoom, so it's slightly more than what you had before, so it means there's a bigger range going from the wide angle to the telephoto. On the iPhone 12 mini, you have two options. You have your wide camera, which again, you know, beautiful photos, and you have your ultra wide, which pulls in a lot more of the frame. The iPhone 12 Pro Max obviously gives you a lot more shooting options. So this is the wide camera. Here's the ultra wide. And then here is 2.5 optical zoom. And obviously you can go all the way up to 12x digital zoom. That's only on the 12 Pro Max. You cannot do that on the 12 Pro. Now, both the 12 mini and the 12 Pro Max can shoot portrait mode photos, front or back cameras. So you're not losing anything by going to the $699 12 mini if you still want to shoot portrait mode shots of your dog, Fluffy. They've also done quite a bit of work on modifying or refining their portrait mode technology. So, you know, the real test is how it does over this bald head. I swear it has an easier time with hair, but it's doing pretty well. I will say for sheer portability, the 12 mini is a lot easier to hold for a longer period of time. It's like I'm barely holding anything when I shoot my 4K video. The other thing that the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the iPhone 12 Pro have is a Lidar sensor. That's Lidar, and that's basically a sensor that helps make a 3D map of your space. It's great for AR, but it's also going to help on autofocus, for speeding up autofocus, because it knows about the distance of objects in space, and for low light shooting conditions. Now, both of these screens are Super Retina XDR displays. High resolution is actually a higher DPI on the iPhone 12 mini. It's 476 PPI. As far as battery life, obviously, Apple's rating these guys for all-day battery life, but you're going to get a lot more battery with a much bigger and heavier iPhone. Now, one of the cool things about the new iPhone 12, so the 12 Pro Max, the 12 mini, and the other iPhone 12s is that they can all shoot in Dolby Vision. So Dolby Vision is going to be higher quality video, and you can edit that in Apple's iMovie, but there are some third-party apps like Adobe Rush CC that at at this moment, you can't edit the video in it, so you're going to have to sort of run it through iMovie first. So here we have it. We have Apple's full iPhone 12 lineup. We have the iPhone 12 Pro Max, 6.7 inches. We have the iPhone 12 Pro, 6.1 inches. We have the iPhone 12, 6.1. And then we have the new iPhone Mini, 12 Mini, which is just 5.4 inches. Now, a lot of people have asked me which phone feels better. You know, they're such different sizes, just like everybody's hands. So this is the iPhone 12 Pro Max in my hand. I have a big hand. It's comfortable, but it's big. I think that the new squared off design makes it a little bit less unwieldy to hold. In fact, it never feels like it's going to slip away. Now, when you get to the 6.1 inch iPhone 12 Pro, this may be the sweet spot, you know, because it's been the size I've been carrying around on the 11 Pro, and I really like it. It's a big enough screen, that 6.1 inch display, and it feels just, you know, it feels really nice and comfortable in the hands. Obviously, the 6.1 inch iPhone 12 feels exactly the same, maybe a tiny bit lighter than the iPhone 12 Pro, but again, feels great, easy to hold, not going to slip out of your hands. The iPhone 12 Mini, 5.4 inches. I mean, it's almost small enough to disappear into my hand. It's like, where is it? Where is it? But I think people with small hands are going to love this. I will say that on the display, some of the text and stuff can almost seem a little small because of the high resolution. You can set the text and everything for a large. You have basically a zoom when you're doing your setup, and you can change that in settings. But for people who miss, you know, the iPhone 4S and 5S size, I think they're going to welcome this little guy back. All of the iPhone 12s support wireless charging and now have MagSafe, which basically puts a circle of magnets around the wireless charging inside the back of the phone. That's the 12 Mini. And now we're charging up the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The iPhone 12 Mini and the iPhone 12 Pro Max are IP68 rated, which basically makes them almost waterproof. Obviously, these are beautiful phones. The iPhone 12 Pro Max, gorgeous, huge screen. I mean, if you live for the big screen, this is probably going to be your choice. Just remember, it starts at $1,099. If you love the idea of portability and basically a really adorable phone with the most powerful processor, the best screen you can get, and you're just giving up telephoto and Lidar, really, and maybe some battery life. Maybe the 12 Mini is for you. I mean, the price, $699 for an iPhone to start with, the newest model iPhone, really can't be beat. Hi, it's Lance Ulanoff, and it's time for a quick walkthrough of Apple's new iPhone 12 Pro Max. Seriously? Now?